People are the world's greatest resource.
Люди – это самое главное достояние на земле.
And right now, the West has created a situation
И сейчас Запад создал такую ситуацию,
where the best people want to come here.
Hello and welcome to Expat American. I am the Expat American and Josiah is back. And we are just outside of Moscow. Actually, Josiah never left. He still has his visa current, but before it expires, he is talking to Timur and working out his situation. The question for this video, Russian residency is what? Why would a person want Russian residency? What is it? We're going to go through the details and use Josiah as a guinea pig and find out if he can actually get his Russian residency or not.
What's up, guys? We need a...
Good job. Why do people want to come here? What is wrong with them? Huh? I'll throw it away later. Of course, I don't normally eat hamburgers, too much bread, but tastes good. It was raining, now it's hot. How much longer am I gonna have to wait for this guy?
Russia is a land of great opportunity
Россия – это страна великих возможностей.
for my children and others.
As far as Russian residency goes, there are some problems right now. And here he is. You ready?
No. Am I a man?
That's good too.
Or am I a muppet?
All right, you can stop.
If I'm a muppet.
All right, shut up.
This is what he's really like off camera.
All right, let me start. We are together again, Josiah and we are in Moscow, but we're about to head out of Moscow, outside the city. I'll find out how far soon enough, and go to a giant immigration processing facility. Leaving Moscow, according to the navigation, is 54 kilometers and an hour and 5 minutes, but you know, with traffic that could be more or less. And we were leaving from the south edge-ish of Moscow, definitely not the center, but not the furthest edge. Josiah, we know where we're headed. What are we doing?
I am applying for the quota for the RVP, which is basically it lets you stay in Russia without having to renew your visa.
What does a person need to get their residency?
Well, obviously you need your passport and your visa. You need a copy of them, a notarized translation of them, and that's a notarized translation of the entire passport. The front cover, the back cover, every page in between. You need your migration card, you need your registration, which is a document that tells the government where they can find you, where you live. It'd be helpful to have any sort of document detailing your life in Russia, such as where you work, what you've been doing, the invitation that you arrived to Russia with, you know, an invitation to work at a company, an invitation to study in a university, those kinds of things. You also need to fill out a roughly 6-page long document that just says, this is who I am, these are my family members in Russia, this is where I'm studying, working, blah, blah, blah. Sign and date. If there's any mistakes, they're going to make you redo the whole thing.
I was told that I would have to go to this place when I was getting my residency multiple times, and that most people go there multiple times. because if there's anything wrong with your paperwork at all, if you filled out anything incorrectly, they're going to reject you and tell you to come back. And so, you know, for this facility, you know, most people, they're in Moscow trying to get their residency, but they stay in Moscow and they're having to travel an hour or more outside of Moscow to get there early. You know, we met up at 8 a.m. in hopes of getting there at 9. The facility's open from, I believe, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you're just going to be in line all day. And it's, you know, like a giant warehouse full of people and seats, and you get your number and they call your number, and you got to be ready. If you're not ready, they're going to say next, you know, and if something's not right, they'll say come back another day. And so you have to leave and come back another day. And I was told that a person might go there 10 times before they get their residency. I went there, and my background check from America, because you need your federal background check saying that you have no adult criminal record to be concerned about, and that was going to expire in like 4 days. And so Sveta and I were hoping and praying that I had no issues and that I would get approved on the first time, and I got accepted. Sveta and I went through the same thing in America, but for her. So I got my residency in November here in Russia, and she went through the same process in America. But we were in Florida, so it was Jacksonville, and so it was a smaller facility. So similar type of setup as what Josiah will see here, but just smaller. Now I get to wait. Maybe he'll be in there for 2 hours, maybe he'll be in there for 12 hours. Who knows? This facility was opened in 2015 because Russia needed a bigger facility for all the immigration that's going on. It is on track, according to statistics, I looked it up, to process 900,000 people this year. And we're almost halfway through the year now. And Moscow itself, I looked it up, supposedly has 1.6 million immigrants living in it. So here's the parking lot where we are parked. This first building with the art panels on it, I think this is for migrant workers, people that come here not for residency but to work temporarily. And then you walk further down to this building if you are looking for residency. And so there he probably sits in that building, waiting to be seen, waiting for his number to come up on the screen. There are vending machines for junk food and coffee, and there are outlets to charge your devices. But pretty interesting, I think, that so many people want to immigrate to Russia. In case you haven't heard yet, while I'm waiting here, I should tell you, Expat American has started a Telegram channel. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure what Telegram's for, but everyone's doing Telegram nowadays, and I have cowed to peer pressure, and I've opened my Telegram channel for Expat American. So go follow the link and jump on there. Be a good subscriber, and I will be a good, what am I, vlogger? I don't know. I'm still new at this. And I'll make posts and we'll see how we like it. Do you want to immigrate to Russia one day? You'll be happy to know that if you're ever here waiting, they have outside toilets and inside toilets. I was sure happy to discover this just now. And seriously, if you are thinking about it, don't be afraid to send my wife an email and she can give you some advice. That's one of the things that she does. I've been trying to call or text Josiah to find out how long this is going to take. And I don't know if it's security for the facility or because there's not great internet service outside of Moscow. But I cannot get a hold of him. And with security, it's my understanding that I cannot go back there. By the way, these are my 2,000 ruble running shoes I bought. It was raining, now it's hot. How much longer will I wait for Josiah? That's the question. Because I'm getting hungry, and this looks like a crowded place with great security, and I'm feeling like he's gonna be here all day long. Okay, so I've come to Magburger, it says, because I'm hungry. I couldn't wait any longer. I wanted to have a hamburger to end this video with Josiah, but that's not gonna happen. This is actually the same place where I came with Tim Kirby and Ricardo and had a Mexican burger a couple videos back, the American Village in Russia video. Recently, I took a medical test and would like to show you how Synthesit, which I started taking again after feeling a decline in my health, worked on me. These are my blood test results before taking Synthesit on March 31st, 2023. We can see that the platelet count was 335 units. The relative eosinophil count was 11 units, significantly higher than the normal range. The absolute eosinophil count was 0.8, which was also much higher than the normal. Now look at my test results from May 14th, 2023, after taking Synthesit. The platelet count decreased to 293 units, and the relative eosinophil count returned to normal, measuring 0.25 units, compared to 11 units before. The absolute eosinophil count also returned to normal, measuring 0.019 units, which is a significant improvement from 0.8 units before. This means that my blood system has returned to normal, and the inflammation has subsided, all without any medication or antibiotics. My personal test results, along with feedback from hundreds of other individuals and significant studies, are the best proof that this unique product does indeed work phenomenally, restoring the body from within, providing a lot of energy, and restoring health. Check out the links in the description and order Synthesit in Europe, Russia, America, and around the world. This unique and safe product not only restores you from within, but also rejuvenates and gives you a lot of energy. I bought myself Morse this time, which I almost never have because I figure it's like juice, so it's not that great for me, but I already had coffee, I already had tea, I want to drink something, so I'll have something Russian. Does this look like your gas station? A residency, that is the step in between not being a citizen and being a citizen. You know, you have permission to live and be a resident of that country. So right now with sanctions and whatnot, there is no mail service from the West to Russia. So if you need to mail something, it has to go through another country, like let's say Turkey. Right before sanctions began,
До того, как были введены санкции,
we moved here. They did not have the Mexican burger anymore. They've discontinued that. The federal background check for adults is required if you want to try to get residency or citizenship here. So you would have to get that from the country that you're coming from. It's better to bring it with you because, of course, the mail doesn't work that well. On top of that, it is only good for 90 days. So you have to apply quickly for your residency or citizenship or whatever you want, as you can only imagine.
We are telling the world the truth about Russia.
Мы намерены рассказать всему миру правду о России.
And traditional values people from the West
И те люди с Запада, которые разделяют традиционные семейные ценности,
are responding en masse.
Gusto. Morse tastes okay. I'm gonna have something that's not that good for me, why not drink chocolate? So my lunch was 600 rubles, and if you like grilled meat and you like fast food burgers, you should definitely try this, because as I continue to eat, it had a nice grilled taste to it.
My daughter,
моя дочь,
in the year that we have been in Russia, has now become an adult.
за тот год, что мы провели в России, ей уже исполнилось 18 лет, она стала взрослой.
And is required with current law to get her adult background check.
И, соответственно, по нынешнему законодательству ей нужно собрать все те документы, которые нужно взрослым.
From America, even though she has never been an adult in America.
Even Aurora, who has not been in America as an adult, is still required to get her adult background check. And on top of all this, Washington, D.C. just issued a statement that they're busy, they're backed up, and it will take 12 weeks for them to apostille your federal background check that you get from them. So you get it, let's say it's got 90 days left to be good. You then have to have them apostille it, and they're going to take 12 weeks apostilling it. So if you do the math, that's a big problem. But different people over here are trying to change laws to fix that problem. Sveta and I are a part of that. We lobbied the government at a forum recently that is annual, where regular people are allowed to go on record and make statements and bring issues to the Russian government. So we spoke on a panel for that.
Now is the time for Russia
И сейчас настало время для России
to adjust their immigration laws,
внести поправки в свои миграционные законы,
to let in productive, law-abiding immigrants,
для того, чтобы позволить высокопроизводительным и законопослушным мигрантам приезжать.
just as America did with Ellis Island in the past,
То же самое было и в Америке много лет назад,
when my family line left Russia in 1898.
допустим, когда моя семья решила покинуть Россию, переехать в Америку в 1998 году.
Russia needs more people,
России нужно больше населения.
and there are people with Russia's values that need a home.
Pray about the situation, and we're going to try and sort this out for anyone who's interested in moving here. Look who's waiting for me. Were you successful?
I was. So I went in. I was about 330th in line, even though I showed up only half an hour after it opened, roughly. I waited until about 2. I met with somebody. He went over all my papers. He said, "Looks great. You just made one mistake. Go fix it. You can come back and skip the line." And I said, "Okay, thanks." I went out. I fixed it. I came back. I skipped the line. He said, "Okay, cool. It looks great. Now give me your picture so I can paste it onto the paper." And I did not have a picture, so I had to leave, get a picture, and come back. And it's about 4 this time. And he says, "I'm sorry, but I could only let you skip the line once. You had to get a new ticket." So I did. This time I was about 700th in line, including that first 300. I thought I was going to have to wait all day. He did too. He thought I didn't have time, told me I should go home. But I decided to wait anyways, and I finished it.
It will take him about a month to get his results. And I also forgot to tell you, Josiah, that at that giant facility, they have their own prison system for people who need to be deported. So I had wanted to let you know before you went in there, if you completely mess it up, all is not lost. They have a place to keep you and send you away if needed. But alas, it looks like you don't need that.
If at all possible, Russia needs to adjust their immigration laws.
И поэтому я считаю, что России необходимо видоизменить свои миграционные законы.
For all the many families like mine, and for this.
Ради всех тех семей, подобно моей и других.
China has 1.412 billion people.
Китай сейчас живет 1 миллиард 400 миллионов человек.
America has 332 million people.
В Америке 332 миллиона человек.
Russia is bigger and has only 143 million people.
Россия гораздо больше территориально, но население это всего 143 миллиона человек.
Think of all the farmable land that is still untouched. I got to eat a yummy, yummy hamburger. And those like wedge salted brown potato wedge things.
Wedges.
Yeah. It was really, really tasty.
Cool.
Oh, Josiah, I got something for you. You may have the last bit of my Morse.
No thanks.
You don't like Morse?
I do not.
Really?
Really?
But I brought you something.
You forgot to drink something.
Okay. All right, Josiah, why don't you say it? Since you did it today, you accomplished something.
All
Take
right,
us
yeah. Hit that like button, click subscribe, interrupt my speech to share or whatever, subtitles on Yandex browser, YouTube stuff.
You know, I want to jokingly correct you, but I think you got it.
Cool.
And click the box and see what happens next. Now, let's get you something to eat.
Awesome.
Now, do you want to hear the other side of the story? In case you missed it, I just did a video on Russia Move, where I said all the bad things about Russia. Click the link below and watch that now. What is that?
Ice cream. Strawberry.
Looks like a giant chunk of ice cream.
Yeah, it's a giant chunk of strawberry ice cream. Best flavor.
I'd say blueberry is a better flavor. Raw. Here, that's wrong. And yeah, there we go. They must think it's a wonderful place like I do. I've come to a, you hear that? That's Russian, because I'm in Russia, at a Russian gas station. I couldn't wait any longer for Josiah. I was hoping to end this video eating a hamburger with him, but that is not the case. While Josiah is in this facility, thank you, Machina. Is he still talking? Can you guys hear me okay? Am I have to redo this?
Светлана Анохина, прошу вас, с учетом небольшого времени остающегося, прошу вас.
Добрый день, коллеги. Во-первых, хотела вас поблагодарить за такое щедрое гостеприимство, потрясающий форум. Спасибо всем огромное. И здесь коллеги уже упомянули те барьеры бюрократические, которые по-прежнему пока существуют для переезда людей вот с такими идеологическими ценностями. То есть это, по сути, наши единомышленники, которые разделяют все те ценности, которые есть у нас в России, которые хотят к нам попасть. И я заканчиваю свою речь. Я хотела сказать, что сейчас для России это исторический шанс снова открыть двери для многочисленных мигрантов, для людей из западных стран, которые дружественно настроены по отношению к России, которые не просто хотят переехать, они любят Россию, они разделяют ценности, и они хотели бы быть с нами частью нашей большой семьи. Спасибо за внимание.
And yes, that means Russia will have a lot more Anglo-Saxons living here.
И да, действительно, получится так, что в России будет жить гораздо больше англосаксов.
But many Americans are German and Irish,
И многие американцы, и немцы, и ирландцы,
and only know themselves as Americans.
это их происхождение, но они считают себя американцами.
Westerners that move here now will one day have grandkids.
И те люди с Запада, которые приедут сегодня в Россию, когда-нибудь у них будут внуки.
And they will only know themselves to be Russian.
Но они будут ассоциировать себя только с русскими, будут говорить, что они русские.
Russia is a great country
Россия — это великая страна,
of great opportunities,
страна великих возможностей.
and it can be even greater now.
И теперь Россия может стать еще более великой.
Конец.
Спасибо большое.
Спасибо большое.